Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I am covering Real Housewives of Miami Season 2, Episode 8, Bras and Brawls Part 2. You guys, this is the second part. Go back and watch the first part if you haven't seen it. This is a fantastic two-part episode. Lots of drama going on, so let's get into it. So remember that Marta's completely smashed. They're at the lingerie party that Lisa's hosting to raise money for breast cancer. So Marta is admitting that she did sleep with Joe Francis, and supposedly Joanna did as well. I guess maybe they potentially dated. There's some argument there as to whether or not that happened. Joanna is shocked. She said, I just spent the last hour telling everyone what a piece of shit liar he is, and now we find out it's the truth. Marta's like, no, it's a long time ago. Joanna loves drama, so she's eating this up. I mean, these two have such a strange dynamic. They love the drama. They love the camera. This is all fodder for them. So it's just another reason for Joanna to fight with somebody. That seems to be her favorite pastime. So she's saying she's having a rough night. Something must be in the water or in the drink. So we know what Joanna becomes like when she drinks. Roman already seems annoyed with her. He's talking to Lenny about it. So then we go over to Karent, who's talking to her friend Beau. And she's saying that the girls want drama. They just want to waste her time. It's just silly Karent rhetoric. She says, me trying to defend Joanna, and they're saying it's tattletaling. With Marysol, I was trying to help her out. No, you weren't. You were stirring up drama and kissing Joanna's ass, your favorite things to do. Remember in the last episode, Marysol kept calling her a carrier pigeon, and that fits. So Beau, we're just getting to know, Beau has some drama this episode. They didn't immediately introduce us to Beau, but I want to know more about Beau because he stirs it up this episode. Okay, so Lisa to camera explains Beau is a friend of Karent's. He has a big personality. You either love him or hate him. He's always around. Then we find out Beau is not a big fan of Lea Black, and supposedly she snubbed him, and Lisa says, so she snubbed him. Of course she did, because of course Lisa's been on the receiving end of that. Beau says to Karent, the only reason that Lea is something is because of her husband. Ooh, fighting words. So Joanna has taken upon herself to try to make everybody else at this party miserable. So she's venting to Marta saying, did you see Marysol? I'm sure her mom wears fur too. She'll burn in hell for eternity. Just because, oh God, Marysol's wearing what she calls a stole that her grandmother owned, I believe it was. Yeah, I don't want to get into the thing about fur here, but I just think Joanna's ridiculous. Marta begs her not to talk to Marysol tonight, and so Joanna's like, okay, must be maternal. I'll do that now. I'll do that for now. I'll put it on the back burner. The carrier pigeon just lurking, waiting to go up Joanna's ass. So Adriana arrives to the party. She said she wanted to be sexy, not slutty. She explains that she's known Joe Francis for a few years. I love him. He's a great guy. Oh, I don't know if I'd say that. Adriana gives Marysol a hard time about her outfit, but it's funny. It's playful back and forth, like, why are you dressed like grandma? Marysol warns Adriana, says be careful for the feathers on your head, and tells her about the fur stuff and the Karent running up and talking to her about it. Adriana to camera says this is a free country. She can't be a dictator to what we wear. So then we see Roman. He comes up to Joanna. He was upset about her drinking and about the way that Joe Francis was talking about her. He's upset because he said he couldn't defend her because he didn't want to make a scene at Lisa's party. So Adriana and Marysol are talking about Karent and her Joker smile. Joe Francis tells Adriana that he dated both sisters. Again, he's just wearing that like a badge of honor. He loves to tell people that. Ew. Joe says that Karent is the devil, which I don't disagree on that one. And she told Joanna that he had been saying that. Well, idiot, don't say that. But anyway, Karent did run over carrier pigeon and tell Joanna. And not only did she tell Joanna, she said in front of Roman. So she's stirring the pot. He shouldn't have been saying that. And Joe is telling Adriana this. Marysol says she doesn't want Karent around her anymore. The article she did really pissed her off. Remember in the last episode we find out Karent did this, she called it a blog, where she says the journalist took her words and added more words and took them out of context. Well, Marysol's saying, no, I know this journalist very well. She isn't one to write BS. Adriana says, I don't know what to do about this girl Karent right now. She's acting like the devil. Her poor behavior reflects on me. Tonight I'm going to have a talk with her. I'm going to talk some sense into her. Not a good idea, Adriana. I don't think you guys will ever see eye to eye. I think you're both kind of wrong. I think Karent sucks, but I don't think it's Adriana's job to teach them how to behave. I think that's kind of ridiculous too. Lisa talks about how hard she worked for all of this, and she wants her guests to donate a lot of money and to come back each year. So Joanna's talking to Lea. The friends are around, and that's when that guy, Beau, walks up. So Beau is a friend of Karent's. He walks up. He does not like Lea. And he says to her, so you don't like me? He says, I saw you at Twist, I guess some nightclub. I said hi, and you walked by me. You didn't say anything. And Leah's trying to say, well, if I didn't have my glasses on, I swear. She trails off, and to camera, she says, what did I do? Everyone's so sensitive. Everybody needs to chill out. I kind of felt the same way. Beau looked like he was relishing camera time. James stands up for Lea, but James bugs me because he's so up Leah's ass and over the top. So this is not going to go well. Beau and James start going back and forth. They're arguing. So the camera points to somebody. I think it's Adriana or something. But behind him, you can see that James throws a drink on Beau. Then James takes it upon himself to push Beau into the pool. It was rude, obnoxious, unnecessary. It's ridiculous. It's one thing to have a word argument, but when it comes physical, even pushing somebody in the pool, I just think that's so wrong. Lea says, when things can't get crazier, they spiral out of control. Lisa freaks out, rightly so. It's her house, her party, and she's saying, there's no fighting at my house. So she gets in the middle and tells them to stop it right now. Lisa is so pissed. She gets bumped. She drops her phone. It gets wet. She's so mad. The music stops. So she's like, I want the music back on. Well, turns out when Dum Dum pushed Beau into the pool, it splashed the DJ booth. Whoa, who's going to pay for that? Lisa keeps saying she wants music back on. They're trying to make it work. She said, these effing assholes just ruined the party. If Lea was trying to sabotage my event, she did it. Bravo. I don't think that's what was happening. I think these two camera hogs were fighting, and one got pushed in the pool. DJ booth got splashed. But I do think James should have to pay for it because he's the one that pushed Beau in the pool. Lea says, oh, okay, so no, this is weird. Lea said Beau threw a drink. Well, that's not what happened that we saw. It looked like James threw the drink at Beau and then pushed him in the pool. Lisa's absolutely freaking out. Marysol says someone is finally telling Lea off, and I find it entertaining. So James is trying to say Beau was yelling at Lea earlier, and Lisa says, you pushed him in the pool, you splashed the DJ booth. Now they have to play it from the electronics room. That's thousands of dollars. This party could have been ruined because of this. And then we find out she spent $20,000 on this party. Why not just donate that money to charity? It just doesn't make sense. So inside, Karent and Daisy are talking. Karent is saying, Beau's a friend of mine. They were both wrong. Lisa comes in. She's pissed. Karent's putting Lisa's phone in rice to try to draw the water out. Lisa says, he's your guest. And Karent's like, no, he isn't. And Lisa's like, yeah, he is. And Lisa says, I don't have classless people here. Well, Karent sucks because she's denying that she's with Beau. She already said that they're friends, and I think they came together. But it's also not Beau's fault that he got pushed in the pool. It's his fault for taking part of the argument, but not his fault that he got pushed in the pool. Lisa said she can't take anything else tonight. She said, this is my party. If anyone else fights, they're out. Okay. So it's Adriana. She sidles up to Karent. And you know this is going to not go well. Karent's says, it's fine. We can talk here in the kitchen. Karent's like, what do you want to clear? Because Adriana said, I want to clear the air. Adriana says, I was trying to warn you that you're going in the wrong direction. So again, this is kind of a stupid fight. Karent's like, some stupid blogger who wrote what she wanted to write, and now you're mad. And Joanna sees them talking. Of course, she takes it upon herself to walk up. Adriana asks her repeatedly to butt out and says, I want to clear the air with Karent. Joanna takes it upon herself and says, you can't always trust what they write. So it's just, again, Adriana keeps saying, I'm talking to Karent, butt out. You already had your drama tonight. I thought that was a pretty good point from Adriana. Adriana and Joanna start screaming at each other. So this is where things get weird, because Adriana tries to walk away. So she's trying to walk away. Also, Roman steps in between them to try to calm Joanna down. Joanna loves the fight, loves the drama, always pissed off, is telling him to effing move. Well, Roman's like, that's it, I'm out of here. He's just over it. Adriana goes to leave. Joanna is following her, yelling, saying, I've been in the business 12 years. Who cares? Adriana is yelling, Joe Francis was right. Joanna's following her and screaming, and finally, Adriana turns around and swings at her. Joanna grabs her arm. It's hard to tell if she's trying to slap her or punch her or both. I don't know. No physical violence should ever happen. I'm not saying, Adriana was completely wrong. If she swung first, it was hard to tell. It looked that way to me. But Joanna knew what she was doing. She was following after her and yelling. It's the same thing I say about, you name it. Like, they know when they're antagonizing. And she was antagonizing. Should have just let her walk away. But that still doesn't make it right. No physical violence should happen. So Marysol to camera says, I've never seen women fight like that. People don't know how to act at parties. Karent stayed in the kitchen. She said, I didn't see much. I had no idea two women would get into a physical fight. So again, this is the third fight that she's been involved in. I won't say she stirred this one up, but she still kind of did. She was involved. Third fight she's involved in it. And what does she do? Instead, she just hangs out in the kitchen. Like, oh, it's not my fault. Marta's crying. And Joanna's like, why are you upset? And Joanna's like, I was defending my friend. And Marta keeps saying, it was crazy. I think Marta's over Joanna and how she acts when she gets drunk. But also I think Marta's drunk, so everything's just hitting her the wrong way. Joanna is saying, I feel bad. I know Roman had my back. He was trying to protect me. And Anna was saying, ooh, he was mad at you. Joanna said, this is really bad. I don't know where this will leave us. Anna's saying, now you fought with your boyfriend for no reason, and he's left. Ooh, Anna, you're dropping some truth bombs on her. Joanna says, I could have lost him. This is really bad. But again, Joanna only cares about herself, only cares about stirring up the drama. So this isn't really a shock. We knew Roman was pissed and kind of at his wit's end with her. Lea says that she's going to double her donation since her friend Joe ruined the party. I don't think it was just Joe that ruined the party. I think also your other friend you brought, James, kind of helped ruin the party. She's telling Adriana to take the high road. Adriana walks up and shows them the scratch on her arm. Says Joanna was mad that Joe was talking to Adriana. I don't think that's what it was. These two have had a rivalry for a long time. We figured it was going to come to a head, and it did. I think Karent didn't help things either. We actually see a nice moment between Lisa and Lea. These two have kind of had their, tit for tat, their tiffs or whatever. And Lisa says, my party was a disaster, but we raised a lot of money. That's what I care about. And this would not happen at the Black's Gala, and I want to be like her when I grow up. So I'm glad to see these two are getting along pretty well. Then we get a preview of what's happening next time, and we have the Black's Gala. Now, I do look forward to that because usually something crazy happens. Remember last season it was Cristy crashing, so we'll see if she crashes this season. Adriana tells Alexia about the incident with Joanna and Karent and all that stuff that went on. We unfortunately see that Leah's dog is not doing well, so I'm dreading that part. And then it is Joanna versus Adriana at the gala. So I do remember things get tense there. We'll see what happens. And we do see that Roman is not there with Joanna. So things are not going well there. So we'll talk about all that, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm really enjoying recapping Miami. It's so much fun rewatching these episodes and to get ready for the new season that's possibly coming to Peacock. I will be watching and covering that, I'm sure. So thank you guys for everything. I hope you've enjoyed this recap, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Stay healthy and safe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.